Be Dominant Man is where I know how dominant men look. I know what they need to do to change their life, and I know how to teach them to change their wife to a submissive and supportive wife. Many businessmen are not succeeding to their full potential due to the stress that they have in their marriage and in their relationship. I, Liana, create Dominant Men, and will show you how to take control of your marriage and your relationship for you to have the life that you deserve. Are you ready to be happy and explore your success beyond what you ever imagined was possible? If you are, then let's get to it. What's up, leaders? I'm Liana. I'm a relationship and marriage expert for men. I create Dominant Men. I will show you how to take back control of your marriage, relationship, and your life so that you will have a partner to be supportive and to be submissive to you. So in today's video, I'm gonna review to you the reason that many people have asked me before, even now, why am I creating Dominant Men and why did I decide to do so? So let's get to it. I'm gonna tell you a little bit of background about my life and why did I come to the decision of creating Dominant Men. Creating Dominant Men is something that I have thought of, and it's just something that I feel like will get a lot of people interested, intrigued to it. And I just feel like dominant is something that men have naturally, but sometimes a lot of men, they don't realize what kind of dominant they have in their life or how to create it. And me as a submissive person, creating dominant is because of opposite attract, where I know as a submissive person how to look for a dominant man. And that was the skills that I had, and that was the skill that what I looked for when I found my husband. So when I was younger, I grew up in a family that my mom, my dad have the role that a lot of people nowadays they doing it, is that my mom is the dominant one and my dad is somewhat well, I say submissive, but he usually angry submissive person. And the reason that one of the reasons that he was so aggressive because he felt hurt his ego, because as a man, and especially a very traditional man, he wanted to be the dominant one. He wanted to be the one that taking care of the family. But my mom had the upper hand where she made more money, so she just took charge of everything. So growing up in a family like that, and my mom teaching me of what women should do, women should be strong, women should not listen to men, women should do this, women should do that, and it just really weird for me to listen to that because that's something that I thought was wrong when I was younger, but I listened to it because I thought my family is always right. And I thought like, okay, they're the grown up, so they know what you're talking about. I tried it out. I tried it out with many of my relationship. And I was a dominant one, and most of my ex-boyfriend was the submissive one. Getting a dating life, or even friend with men before that was submissive was not very attractive, and it was a role that I know that I would fit. And a lot of the relationship, it came out very toxic for me and for the person I was with, because I had the upper hand of being dominant. I didn't know how to control it, and my emotion was all over the place, and I just hated the role. And I just felt like, why can't you just take charge for once so that me as a woman can listen to you? And when I was raised in Vietnam, listening to a man is some type of wrong thing to do. And I got bad shit for it. So one day, I just realized that I'm sick of this. I'm just sick of finding submissive men. So me as a submissive person, I know what submissive traits are, and I know what my men need to look like to be dominant, which I find him confident, which I find him impulsive, which I find him extremely talkative and always like doesn't give a shit about any one thing. And that's what I did. One of the traits that stand out the most when I found my husband was that he was just so, what's the word? Weird. He was just out of this world, like in a good way weird. That I knew right away that he's not like the others. He's not like the men that always kisses my ass and want me to take care of them in a way that like their mother. And he was just so caring, and he was extremely dominant in a way that he didn't even realize it that much at that time.
This looks so stupid.
He knew he was dominant, but he thought that it was somewhat wrong in a way that because of his surrounding was saying that, oh, being dominant aggressive is wrong. So he was growing up from the same environment as me. I'm sorry. Oh no! Please stop! No! But when we got together, he showed it more like how dominant he is toward me, and I love it. I love the fact that he was dominant. I love the fact that he was extremely demanding. He was demanding in a way that I love it. He's demanding that he teach me how to become a better person. He was very strict with how to change me. And I know people would think like, oh no, why would he try to do that to you? It's actually something that I love him for that. And it's something that I appreciated from him for doing that. And when I got to him, I still have a habit of, you know, being dominant myself, because I have done that for the last 8-10 years before I met him. So it's a habit that was in my core that I need to take charge. I need to be in charge, or else something's wrong gonna happen, and or else people's gonna judge me, or else that this relationship is not gonna go right because of what society told me to. So when I start listening to him more, him helping me become more submissive person, even though he's not submissive, he knew how to make me more submissive. He knew how to help me become me, myself, as a submissive wife. And that was way before we even got married. And after we got married, he helped me even more to realize that deep down inside, I am an extremely supportive and submissive person that I do not like to take control over. One of the reasons that I decided to create Dominant Men is that I want men to see, I want to teach men how to teach their wife to become more submissive, because I am one of the examples that have my husband teaching me how to become submissive. I was listening, I was actually listening to him more than but I was very stubborn. I came from a family that always fought to like always fight together. So I became really stubborn to my opinion. So at first it was really hard for him to like trying to tell me that that's not who I am. But when I listened to him more, I realized that this is not helping our relationship. This is not helping us growing as a couple. And I was in love with him already, so I want to do something about it. So I started changing. When I started changing, I became so much better. I became so much smarter, and I have became so much stronger as a person. Even though people think that, oh, you're submissive, you're weak, you this, you that, you have someone tell you like what to do, you have someone like, you know, quote unquote, control. And it's like, it's not anything like that. Being submissive is where you being supportive. It's where you know the role of you being the person that you will submit your life to that person in a way that you help the other person to grow. You help the other person to evolve in a way that in a better way, not to try to drag them down. That is the reason when I say I create dominant men, is where I know how dominant men look. I know what they need to do to change their life, and I know how to teach them to change their wife to a submissive and supportive wife. And with a lot of that, my husband had helped me out to teach me how men should be more dominant, to teach me how men should be more aggressive, how men should be taking charge of their relationship so that their wife will listen. It's something that is so natural that I feel like a lot of people, they don't realize it, is that in every relationship, there is going to be one dominant one and one submissive one, so that the dominant one will have a stronger upper hand where that they will decide all the important decisions, and the submissive one will be the one that helping and following the lead. So always there's the leaders and there's followers, and it is up to you to become a leader or not. And to me, being a man, being aggressive, being the alpha man, if you are the person that building a business, if you are an entrepreneur, you know that you're a leader, you know that you want a leader life. So why would you want your wife to control the marriage? Why would you want your wife to actually tell you what to do? Why would you want your wife to take charge of everything in your marriage when you take in charge of everything in your business? It's not something that people share hand in hand, like, oh, I can be a leader today, you can be a leader tomorrow. It's something that if you once a leader, you are always a leader. It's something that is a full-time job. It's a 24 hours job. It's a personality that you are the person that become leading everyone in your life, not just in your business, but everyone else in your life, your family, your wife, your children, your dog even. Sometimes people let their dog lead, so I find that pretty ridiculous. But my point is, if you want to become a leader, if you want to become the dominant, aggressive man, where you will have a supportive wife, you need to step up and become the one that take charge of everything. Take charge of all the important decisions. Take charge of all the direction where you want your wife to go, because it's up to you how you want your marriage to go. It's just like in your business. It's up to you where you want it to go through. If you want to go through dirt and you don't want to try it hard, well, it's gonna fail. It's just the same with marriage. Relationship, marriage, business, they are all the same. If you don't put work to it, if you don't put priority to it, it will never ever work. And if you can't, imagine you as a CEO, but you can't even share responsibility. You can't take responsibility, and you just put that responsibility to your employee and take charge of the whole company. Like, do you hear that? Like, how would that work? You as a CEO, the leader, and you can't even take charge of it. So how are they going to respect you? How are they going to listen to you? How are they going to run the company properly? Even though the company is yours, it's not their responsibility to drive the company to succeed. It's your responsibility where you want your company to go. It's the same with your marriage. If you become a dominant, if you take charge, naturally in time, your wife will become more submissive and supportive of you, because naturally, men are born to be a leader. Men have more logic, become a leader because of its testosterone, where it will help men to become more logical and way less emotional. Women are usually more nurturing because we are much more emotional than men, where we will take a lot of decisions emotionally, so that being emotional and being a leader doesn't really go hand in hand. It usually come out a disaster. So if you see a lot of a thing now in society where women take charge, where women want equal right, where women want this, want that, want more than men, even though they say that they want the same as men, they want more than men. It's because they have too much right. Where men doesn't take that, if men doesn't take charge and take that lead back, it's going to be getting way worse, and especially in your marriage, especially in your relationship. If you don't become the leader you are, if you don't become the person that takes charge in your life, everybody else is gonna take that lead and take care of you, which they will control your life, which you will become their puppet. So it's up to you. Dominance or excuses is your choice. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please click the thumbs up button. And if you have any problem in your daily life where you're struggling in your marriage relationship, or your life that becoming more dominant, comment down below. I would love to help you out. And if there's any specific topic that you want me to talk about, comment down below. You have the top comment, like, I will do that video for you guys. And subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more about how to become more dominant, how to take charge in your relationship, in your marriage, in your life, and how to become the alpha male that your wife or the woman out there that will respect you and love you. And I'll give a lot of tips out on how to become so. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!